On July 24, 2024, a sense of normalcy quickly shifted to one of horror as a Saurya Airlines aircraft met a fiery end moments after taking flight from Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport. The plane, destined for Pokhara, crashed in close proximity to the airport, shocking onlookers and plunging the nation into mourning. The incident, occurring mere minutes after takeoff, left a trail of devastation and served as a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with air travel. As emergency responders rushed to the scene, a frantic search for survivors began amidst the smoldering wreckage. In the aftermath of the crash, hope emerged from the despair as rescuers discovered a lone survivor, the plane's pilot. Amidst the twisted metal and scattered debris, the pilot's survival seemed nothing short of a miracle. The scene was chaotic, with emergency workers tirelessly combing through the wreckage, their faces etched with determination and sorrow. Pulled from the wreckage, he bore the weight of survival, his physical injuries a testament to the crash's brutality. His body was battered and bruised, each wound telling a story of the violent impact. The paramedics worked swiftly, their hands steady yet gentle, as they assessed his condition and provided immediate care. The pilot's eyes, though filled with pain, held a glimmer of resilience. Rushed to a nearby hospital, he became the solitary beacon of hope in a tragedy that otherwise claimed the lives of all those on board. The ambulance sirens wailed through the streets, a stark reminder of the urgency of the situation. Medical personnel, prepared for the worst, awaited his arrival, ready to do everything in their power to save him. As he was wheeled into the emergency room, the weight of the tragedy hung heavy in the air. The pilot's survival, while miraculous, did little to quell the grief that enveloped the nation as the news of the 18 fatalities spread. The community was in shock, struggling to comprehend the magnitude of the loss. News broadcasts relayed the grim details, each update a painful reminder of the lives cut short. Memorials sprang up, places where people could come together to mourn and remember. Families and friends of those lost grappled with the sudden and devastating loss, their lives forever altered by the tragic event. They clung to each other for support, finding solace in shared grief. Candlelight vigils illuminated the night, a collective act of remembrance and solidarity. The pilot's survival, though a beacon of hope, was also a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of loss. The ill-fated flight, far from an extravagant passenger journey, held a simple purpose: routine maintenance. The passengers, all 17 of them, were Saurya Airlines employees, tasked with the routine checkup of the aircraft at Pokhara Airport. Accompanying them were 2 crew members, making up a total of 19 souls on board the aircraft that fateful morning. The seemingly mundane nature of the flight only amplifies the tragedy, a stark reminder that disaster can strike even in the most routine of circumstances. The Saurya Airlines flight took off from Tribhuvan International Airport as per schedule, the hum of its engines blending with the familiar cacophony of a bustling airport. Minutes into the flight, however, something went terribly wrong. Section 5. Horrific scenes and heroic responses, eyewitness accounts and emergency efforts. The crash, occurring in close proximity to the airport, did not escape the notice of those on the ground. People in the vicinity were going about their daily routines when the sudden, terrifying event unfolded before their eyes. The sound of the aircraft struggling in the sky drew their attention, and what they witnessed next would be etched in their memories forever. Eyewitnesses recounted a scene of horror as the aircraft, engulfed in flames, plummeted from the sky. The sight was both surreal and terrifying, as the once majestic plane turned into a fiery ball of destruction. Some onlookers were frozen in shock, while others instinctively reached for their phones to call emergency services, hoping to summon help as quickly as possible. The deafening roar of the crash, followed by plumes of black smoke billowing into the air, painted a grim picture of the disaster that had unfolded. The impact was so intense that it shook the ground, and the subsequent explosion sent a shockwave through the surrounding area. The thick, acrid smoke made it difficult to see and breathe, adding to the chaos and confusion. emergency response teams, sirens wailing, raced to the crash site. Their training and experience were put to the ultimate test as they navigated through the debris and flames. The urgency of the situation was palpable, and every second counted as they worked to reach the wreckage and assess the situation. Firefighters battled the inferno, their efforts hampered by the intensity of the blaze. The heat was overwhelming, and the flames seemed to have a life of their own, fueled by the aircraft's fuel. Despite the daunting task, the firefighters pressed on, determined to bring the fire under control and prevent it from spreading further. Amidst the chaos, paramedics and rescue workers searched tirelessly, their determination fueled by the slimmest chance of finding survivors. They combed through the wreckage, calling out in hopes of hearing a response. The scene was one of both desperation and hope as they worked against the clock to save lives. The bravery and dedication of these first responders were evident in every action they took, showcasing the best of humanity in the face of tragedy. Section 6. A History of Close Calls, Scrutinizing Nepal's Aviation Safety Record. The tragic Saurya Airlines crash has brought Nepal's aviation safety record under intense scrutiny. The mountainous terrain, coupled with unpredictable weather conditions, poses inherent challenges to flight operations in the region. This recent incident, however, is not an isolated one. Nepal has, in recent years, witnessed a series of aviation accidents and near misses, raising concerns about the adequacy of safety protocols and infrastructure. Section 7. Momentary halt to air traffic, airport closure and reopening. In the immediate aftermath of the crash, Tribhuvan International Airport, Nepal's busiest and a vital hub for both domestic and international flights, came to a standstill. The sudden halt in operations was a stark reminder of the fragility of air travel and the interconnectedness of global transportation networks. The airport, usually bustling with activity, was eerily quiet, with grounded planes lining the tarmac and a deserted terminal echoing the gravity of the situation. The closure, a precautionary measure, allowed for the investigation of the crash and ensured the safety of other aircraft and passengers. Investigators meticulously combed through the wreckage, piecing together the events that led to the tragic incident. This thorough examination was crucial not only for understanding the cause of the crash, but also for preventing future occurrences. The safety of passengers and crew was paramount, and every detail was scrutinized to ensure that air travel could resume without further risk. Within hours, however, operations resumed, albeit with delays and disruptions, as authorities worked to clear the backlog and manage the flow of air traffic. Passengers, though inconvenienced, showed remarkable patience and understanding, aware of the extraordinary circumstances. Airport staff worked tirelessly to rebook flights, provide information, and assist travelers in navigating the chaotic situation. The resilience and cooperation of everyone involved were commendable, highlighting the strength of the human spirit in times of crisis. The airport's quick reopening underscored the nation's reliance on air travel, particularly in the face of challenging geographical conditions. Nepal's rugged terrain makes air travel essential for connecting remote areas with the rest of the country and the world. The swift resumption of flights was a testament to the efficiency and dedication of the airport authorities and staff. It also reflected the importance of maintaining robust and resilient transportation infrastructure to support the nation's economic and social well-being. The incident, while tragic, served as a powerful reminder of the critical role that air travel plays in our modern world. Section 8. Lessons from the Ashes. A call for enhanced aviation safety. The Saurya Airlines crash serves as a heart-wrenching reminder of the importance of unwavering vigilance when it comes to aviation safety. The loss of 18 lives demands a thorough and transparent investigation, one that not only identifies the immediate cause of the crash, but also delves into the broader systemic factors that might have contributed to this tragedy. The tragedy stands as a stark reminder that complacency has no place in aviation.